Grand Priest? That is impossible! What is happening?
We're sorry for using the Super Dragon Balls without your permission. Please forgive us!
The events began on planet Earth, where tension spread across every corner after everyone learned that Goku and Vegeta had been imprisoned in a distant dimension that could only be reached by the Grand Priest himself. Fear was visible on every face, especially after the Grand Priest's role had become mysterious and deeply concerning.
What brought you here, Father? Have you truly chosen to stand on the Pharaoh's side and seek the extermination of the Saiyans?
Yes, Father. Everything that is happening leaves no room for doubt. We must work together to find a solution before it is too late. All the gods of destruction have already fallen.
Do not mistake this for betrayal, Vados. What I am doing is not against you, but for your sake. Something has awakened within this existence after an age long forgotten, a power that no Saiyan nor any king can stand against. I am merely trying to prevent an ending that you have yet to comprehend. What ending, Father? You imprisoned Goku and Vegeta and left them to die. I have lived by your side throughout the ages. I know the meaning behind your words, but I cannot believe that what you are saying now is the truth. So, you want the truth. I no longer care about Goku or the Saiyans. What concerns me now is existence itself and the danger that has awakened after millions of years. The king who has returned, no one can stop him because of his dark magic. Surrender yourselves and obey my orders, or I will force you to do so.
Everyone trembled at his words. Even Beerus suddenly jumped forward in alarm and shouted,
Whis! Watch what you are saying! We don't fully understand everything that is happening, but escalating things with the Grand Priest right now could make the situation even worse! Just calm down and let's think rationally!
Stay out of this, Beerus! Then let the universe bear witness that I will not allow the innocent to be exterminated. We do not face our enemies with fear, but with wisdom. I am sorry, Whis, but balance leaves no room for emotion.
He then unleashed his attack.
However, Whis dodged at the last second and charged forward in anger, beginning a fierce confrontation between them. The Grand Priest was blocking Whis' strikes with only one hand and without any effort, while Whis continued fighting relentlessly until the Earth itself began to crack under the overwhelming energy.
We won't survive this! The planet itself is on the verge of collapsing!
Vados quickly intervened and began stabilizing the energy balance around Earth in an attempt to reduce the damage. The Grand Priest vanished from in front of Whis. Then he delivered a powerful surprise blow that slammed Whis violently into the ground, creating a massive shockwave across the battlefield. Whis had barely fallen before he got up again and shouted quickly,
Supreme Kai! Take the Saiyans far away immediately! Transport all of them to another dimension! We have no time!
The Supreme Kai raised his hands, releasing energy that surrounded them and formed a white energy barrier around everyone, preparing to transport the Saiyans to another dimension to escape the danger. But suddenly, the barrier shattered completely in a single instant.
What happened? Who stopped it?
Everyone raised their heads in disbelief, only to see the Grand Priest standing before them with his hand extended. He was the one who had stopped the process.
Do not dare interfere in matters beyond your understanding. You are nothing more than a small being meddling with forces far beyond your comprehension. The mere attempt to alter the balance is an unforgivable sin.
Then, in a flash, he unleashed an invisible attack and struck the Supreme Kai, sending him crashing to the ground.
Impossible! He took down the Supreme Kai! That means we're next! It is over for us!
Calm down, Krillin. He is not dead. If the Supreme Kai had been killed, Beerus would have died as well. Their lives are linked.
Beerus stood in the background, whispering to himself in confusion and fear.
What is this feeling? The Grand Priest wants to eliminate the Saiyans. And Goku was the reason I survived, even after I obeyed the Pharaoh's orders. Whis needs help. What am I supposed to do now?
Beerus, I told you to run! Leave now, immediately! You are the last remaining god of destruction! You cannot stay here!
But Beerus remained frozen in hesitation. Something deep inside him was preventing him from moving. Vados stepped in to assist Whis and then said,
Perhaps Father sees this as balance, but we cannot remain silent while innocent lives are being taken.
Anger ignited within both Whis and Vados.
Then there is no other choice. We must stop this now.
The two then charged together toward the Grand Priest and launched a relentless assault with chains of rapid strikes. However, the Grand Priest blocked every attack effortlessly, as though they meant nothing to him. The earth itself began to tremble under the weight of the immense energy being unleashed. Goten leapt forward and declared,
I will protect planet Earth! All of you, try to escape from here!
He then began concentrating his energy with all his might, drawing upon the pure power of the Saiyans to maintain the planet's stability as it continued to crack apart. But the others did not run away. Instead, they were all staring at Gohan, who had his eyes closed, trying to reach something.
Gohan, what are you doing? We need to get out of this dangerous place!
I'm trying to reach my father's power. I can't sense his energy.
Goku's power? Didn't you hear what the Supreme Kai said? He's trapped and slowly dying in another sealed dimension. How could you possibly reach his power?
Be quiet! I know exactly what I'm doing! The pure energy my father used to heal me left its imprint inside my body. I can establish a connection with him now. I just need to feel his breathing and his spirit.
Goten quickly stepped forward and said,
Gohan! I'm the only one who still possesses complete pure energy! If I raise my power to its maximum transformation, maybe we can establish contact with him!
His body immediately began to grow stronger as he pushed his energy to its absolute limit. His power rose so high that a brilliant light suddenly erupted from him over the entire area. It was Goten's previous transformation. At that very moment, inside the sealed dimension, Goku suddenly woke up. He felt the surge of Goten's energy and said,
What? What is this?
At the instant, Gohan successfully established a spiritual connection with his father and shouted,
Dad! Can you hear me?
Goku answered,
Gohan, I can hear you. What's happening?
We're in great danger. We don't know where you are, but the world is collapsing here.
Goku responded firmly,
Don't worry. I'll find a way back no matter the cost. Just hold on, my son.
Goku slowly raised his hands, and an immense stream of pure energy granted to him by King Yamoshi began to flow from his body. He started channeling that energy through both himself and Vegeta. It spread through their bodies like a warm current, gradually restoring their strength and vitality. One by one, their wounds began to disappear. Goku turned toward Vegeta and said,
Vegeta, wake up!
Slowly, Vegeta began to regain consciousness. He lifted his head and stared sharply at Goku.
Where are we, Kakarot? And what are you doing here?
I don't know. The last thing I remember is that cursed Pharaoh. It seems the Grand Priest is the one who sent us here. We have to find a way out.
Damn it! I trusted that Grand Priest. He said he would train me, but from the very beginning he was acting under the Pharaoh's orders. What a coward!
I don't think the Grand Priest did it out of malice, but fear has completely taken hold of him. Just as it did with Beerus, that Pharaoh possesses something that causes even the strongest beings to lose their balance.
You are useless, Kakarot. You spent time with the oldest Saiyan king, achieved your legendary transformation, and yet here we are, trapped with nothing to show for it.
Enough, Vegeta. This isn't the time to argue. There's a secret behind this place, and we need to understand it first, instead of relying solely on power.
Goku falls silent for a moment as he thinks, then suddenly raises his head.
Wait, Vegeta, the black magic!
What?
Yes, Vegeta. That is the secret behind the Pharaoh's power. You said before that remnants of that magic still exist within you, because your body retained a portion of it before the process was completed.
And what do you want me to tell you? Don't ask me, Kakarot. Even I don't understand the rules behind using it. But if that is true, then I refuse to remain trapped here. I'll make that magic answer to me no matter the cost.
Vegeta immediately began struggling violently against his restraints, but to no avail.
Perhaps the Grand Priest didn't just restrain our bodies. He may have sealed our energy as well. We need to break this seal in a single burst.
But Vegeta didn't wait. He continued trying to force his way free, yet every attempt ended in failure.
Listen to me, Vegeta. If we don't work together, we'll never get out of here. Focus with me. We'll release our power at the exact same moment.
It seems I am forced to cooperate with you this one time, Kakarot. Let's do it!
The two closed their eyes and slowly began concentrating their energy. Little by little, their power started rising in perfect synchronization. It continued climbing to tremendous levels until a terrifying explosion of light erupted throughout the dimension. In a single instant, the restraints shattered completely. They had reached the pure Ozaru transformation. Back on planet Earth, the clash was still at its peak. The attacks were accelerating uncontrollably. Goten was doing everything he could to keep the Earth stable and prevent it from collapsing, while Gohan was still sensing his father's energy, trying to confirm that he was safe amid the ongoing destruction. The Grand Priest broke through every defense with a single devastating strike, sending Whis and Vados crashing to the ground. Their bodies appeared to have taken serious damage. At that moment, inside the Xeno Palace, the Pharaoh disguised as Goku was watching the scene with a calm smile, while Xeno observed everything with curiosity.
What is this? Didn't you say there was a tournament between the Saiyans? Why is the Grand Priest fighting on planet Earth?
Oh, Xeno. The truth is, the tournament has already begun, but I decided to make it more exciting, bringing the Grand Priest into the game as well. Isn't that better?
What? You've become different, Goku!
He failed to realize that the one standing beside him was not the real Goku, but the Pharaoh himself, quietly weaving his plan, leaving everyone trapped inside a game far beyond their understanding. In the sealed dimension, Vegeta said,
Damn it! This place has no exit or gateway! How did that bastard even trap us here?
Vegeta, we need to understand the nature of this dimension. If we're going to escape, we have to work as a team.
But Vegeta did not respond. Suddenly, Goku noticed Vegeta clutching his head in severe pain, as if he was hearing something inside him that no one else could hear.
Vegeta, what is happening to you?
But Vegeta gave no response. Instead, he began screaming in unbearable pain as his energy started rising at an unnatural rate. Goku tried to approach and calm him down, but Vegeta suddenly turned toward him and delivered a violent surprise punch that sent him crashing to the ground. Goku raised his head in shock.
Vegeta, what are you doing? Have you lost your senses?
He continued screaming while his power climbed to tremendous levels until the truth finally became clear. Vegeta roared with immense power as the dark magic inside his body grew increasingly active. Meanwhile, Goku watched the scene with obvious amazement before saying,
Vegeta, you finally did it!
Vegeta laughed like a madman, making the situation seem even stranger.
Ha ha ha! If all it takes is reaching the absolute limits of power for this magic to awaken. Get ready now, Kakarot.
Vegeta, what are you planning to do?
But Vegeta did not answer and continued walking toward him until he reached him and stood directly in front of him. Goku tensed up.
Vegeta, we have to work as a team. This isn't the time for us to fight each other.
Vegeta smiled.
In a situation like this, I don't care what we call what we're doing. What matters is getting out of here and crushing whoever put us in this place.
Then he extended his hand toward Goku. Goku's eyes widened in shock because he had believed Vegeta had become evil.
Come on, Kakarot. Consider this a rare opportunity to see how the Prince of Saiyans solves his problems.
Vegeta, are you really still in control of yourself?
What kind of stupid question is that? Do you think the Prince of Saiyans would lose his mind that easily? I am the one controlling this magic, and it is the only key to eliminating the Pharaoh.
Goku grabbed Vegeta's hand and got back to his feet. Then he said,
I think I've realized something as well. The pure power King Yamoshi gave me, and the dark magic that awakened inside you. If we combine both powers together, we might be able to shatter this dimension.
Hurry up, Kakarot. I can't wait to see that filthy priest's face when he realizes his prison has failed.
Immediately, Goku closed his eyes with complete concentration and began summoning the pure power Yamoshi had left within him. A golden light exploded around his body violently,
but this time it was purer and more stable than ever before.
All right, Vegeta. Let's do it. Everyone is waiting for us. We'll release our power all at once.
In the very next moment, the two unleashed their full power simultaneously. The sealed dimension shook with unprecedented violence, and cracks began spreading in every direction, until the entire place finally seemed on the verge of collapse. Even Zeno felt it and asked,
"What is this, Goku? This power is different. Where is it coming from?"
The Pharaoh, disguised as Goku, remained calm and calmly replied,
"There is no need to worry, Lord Zeno. I'll deal with this in my own way."
But deep inside, he knew that things were no longer going according to his plan. Back on Earth, as Whis and Vados stood on the brink of collapse and the Grand Priest was about to deliver his attack, he also felt the tremendous vibration and thought to himself,
How did they break the barrier when I sealed that place with magic?
He couldn't believe it. Then he heard Gohan's whispers.
He did it! Dad finally succeeded!
Is it true? Has Dad really returned? Did Dad actually escape?
But his joy did not last long, because the Grand Priest turned towards them with an overwhelming fury and declared,
Silence, all of you. No one is getting out of this situation alive. Whether Goku has returned or not, it is over for all of you!
Then he unleashed an enormous blast of energy toward the group all at once. The power was so terrifying that everyone felt death standing directly before them. And then the smoke gradually cleared, revealing the calm silhouette of a man standing before them. Stronger than ever before, he spoke calmly.
I apologize for being a little late. It seems you've all gotten into quite a bit of trouble while I was away.
Goten could no longer contain himself. He ran at full speed and threw himself into his father's arms, shouting,
"Dad, I thought we'd never see you again."
He could not finish his sentence. Goku hugged him tightly and gently patted his head.
Don't worry, son. I may fall. I may be delayed. I may even lose my way sometimes. But there is one thing that will never happen. I will never leave you all alone. You were a true hero while I was gone.
But where is Vegeta?
Silence fell once again. Everyone began searching with their eyes. Even the Grand Priest, who now seemed visibly unsettled, could not sense him either. Hiding his tension, he said,
Interesting, Goku. I never expected to see you again. Tell me, do you still believe that power alone is capable of changing fate?
Goku remained silent, staring at him without saying a single word.
Then tell me just one thing. How did you escape?
Silence filled the battlefield. Goku did not answer. Then a voice suddenly responded from behind.
It was dark magic. You brilliant genius. But it seems this kind of intelligence fails you from time to time.
The Grand Priest froze the instant he heard Vegeta behind him. He still had no idea what kind of power Vegeta possessed now.
Do you know what the real problem is? It is not that you don't know how this happened. It is that you still think you are in a position to hold a discussion.
A single punch was enough. The blow slammed the Grand Priest violently into the ground, completely disrupting his balance for several seconds. Vegeta gave him no chance to recover. But just before he charged again, Goku's voice echoed across the battlefield.
Stop, Vegeta. This isn't the enemy we came here for.
What do you mean, Kakarot? This insect deserves to be crushed for his betrayal.
The Grand Priest is just an annoying obstacle. Leave him to me. The real obstacle isn't here. It is in Zeno's palace.
I think I understand what you are saying, but don't consider this a concession. Enjoy your little insect. At least the Pharaoh will be more entertaining than this pathetic spectacle.
Without waiting a response, Vegeta instantly took off. The Grand Priest heard every word. His anger finally exploded.
You ignore who I am, as if I am not even worth your attention. But soon, nothing will remain before you except the end.
The moment he raised his head, his breath caught in his throat. Goku had already appeared directly behind him without him sensing anything.
We weren't ignoring you. We simply knew our priorities. Don't you want to know why I chose you specifically?
The Grand Priest instantly vanished and reappeared behind Goku, preparing to strike before answering.
I'll let you keep the answer. Our conversation is over!
Then the Grand Priest unleashed a power that stopped time itself. The very flow of time collapsed around everyone, as though all existence had been completely sealed beneath its terrifying radiance. The Grand Priest was already preparing for the next stage of his attack, but in a moment so brief that he could not even comprehend what was happening, Goku moved like a ghost. He broke through the very technique that had stopped time and delivered a devastating strike. The impact forced the Grand Priest backward, and for the first time he realized the true gap that now existed between them.
I am sorry, Grand Priest, but it seems our conversation won't end so easily. You may truly need to experience the taste of reality. And now, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
After saying those words, Goku turned away, leaving the Grand Priest behind, gasping for breath and spitting blood. He immediately headed toward Whis and healed him, then did the same for Vados. Afterward, he said to Whis,
"Listen carefully, Whis. Go to the Super Dragon Balls. There is only one wish you must make. Take everyone to a safe place, somewhere nobody can reach. This planet is no longer going to be safe."
Goku, but what about you? And what about Earth? My father destroyed Shenron, and the Super Dragon Balls can only grant a single wish. If we use them, the greatest danger will be what happens if you fall along with this planet. My father is hiding a power beyond imagination.
Goku remained silent for a moment, staring directly into Whis' eyes. Then he finally spoke.
Are you finished, Whis? Don't make me lose what is more important than my own life.
Whis lowered his head.
I am sorry, Goku. Very well. I'll do it immediately.
At that moment, Whis healed the Supreme Kai, who was about to transport them away in the blink of an eye. But Beerus suddenly interrupted him.
Whis, wait. I want to go with you. I'll stay by your side. I don't want to leave you alone.
Whis did not hesitate for even a moment. The three of them immediately sped toward the Super Dragon Balls at incredible speed. Inside Zeno's palace, the Pharaoh slowly rose from his throne after learning of everyone's plan.
It seems some insects have started imagining that they can change the course of the game.
Then he turned toward Zeno and added,
I'll only be gone for a few moments, Zeno-sama. There is some disorder that needs to be cleaned up.
But before he could finish speaking, the entire palace suddenly shook. Then, at a speed no one could have imagined, a terrifying force burst directly into the palace. A brutal strike crushed the Pharaoh right in front of Zeno's eyes. Zeno's eyes widened in shock when he realized who it was. Vegeta. He had come to reveal the truth to Zeno and expose the Pharaoh's deception. Back on Earth, Goku turned toward Gohan and said,
Gohan, take care of everyone from now on. You'll all be much safer somewhere else.
Gohan stepped forward anxiously.
Dad, are you really going to stay here alone? Are you sure you can finish this by yourself?
Goku smiled.
Gohan, my entire life, I've fought to protect the people I love. But this time, I am not as alone as you think. There are people I trust, and there are things I've finally learned. So don't worry. When all of this is over, I'll come back.
Gohan's eyes trembled with emotion. Then a brilliant light began surrounding everyone one by one, and their bodies slowly started to disappear. The wish had begun taking effect. Goten looked at his father one last time. He did not want to leave, but he had no choice except to trust him. Then he vanished, and everyone else vanished with him. Elsewhere, Whis suddenly discovered something unexpected. The Super Dragon remained present even after granting the first wish.
What? That is impossible? It should have disappeared after granting the wish.
At that moment, Whis spoke as though he had suddenly remembered something.
The magic! The Pharaoh! Could it be that the Dragon Balls benefited from it?
What do you mean? Whis, the Pharaoh doesn't seem to have taken control of them.
The Super Dragon Balls are known to draw upon the powers of existence itself to reactivate. It is possible that the birth of magic following the Pharaoh's appearance has significantly affected their capabilities.
Then the Supreme Kai spoke nervously.
Then let's hurry and make another wish. Let's make Earth safe, so it cannot be destroyed.
But Whis immediately shook his head.
No. The planet may still be destroyed unless Goku's battle ends. Their power exceeds any protection we could place upon Earth, and we cannot simply wish for my father or the Pharaoh to disappear.
Silence returned once again. Everyone began thinking, what should the next wish be? Back on Earth, the battle was about to begin. The Grand Priest stepped forward and said,
Well then, Goku, congratulations. You managed to make them escape from me. and you chose to stand in my way. Now you'll face the consequences of that choice alone.
Goku calmly replied,
If you are still determined to continue after seeing that our chances of defeating the Pharaoh have increased, then I have a proposal.
The Grand Priest laughed mockingly.
A proposal? Do you think we're on some kind of picnic?
Goku answered,
What do you say we keep this fight on Earth's surface only? No flying, no energy attacks. Just you and me, speed, skill, and physical strength. Show me what you can do when you can't rely solely on your overwhelming power.
Silence filled the battlefield for a moment. Then the Grand Priest replied,
You know what? I like that idea. I'll defeat you by your own rules, and on your own ground. Let's have some fun!
In the very next moment, without taking to the air, both fighters accelerated directly toward one another, and at the midpoint, they collided. The first phase of the battle had begun. Punches and kicks were exchanged at such incredible speed that the very air around them began to tear apart. The earth trembled with every new impact. But at the same time, Goku was deliberately redirecting a large portion of the shockwaves generated by their attacks, so they would not travel directly into the planet's core. He was fighting and protecting the Earth simultaneously. Inside the safe dimension where everyone had been transported, all eyes remained fixed on the battle. Vados observed the scene and said,
Did you all notice that? Even after sending everyone away from Earth, Goku is still acting as if protecting the planet is his responsibility. That is exactly why he proposed this kind of fight. He is minimizing the destruction as much as possible.
Piccolo nodded.
Goku has no guarantee that the Dragon Balls will be able to save Earth later, so he is treating the situation with extreme caution.
Suddenly, Goten jumped up and exclaimed,
I don't care about any of that. What matters is that my dad is okay.
But a moment later, he glanced to the side. He saw Trunks standing quietly, worry written across his face.
I just hope my father is okay too. Everyone keeps talking about Goku, but my dad is fighting his own battle alone as well.
I am sorry, Trunks. I didn't mean it that way. My dad and Vegeta escaped that impossible prison together. They did it for all of us.
Trunks looked back at the battle. A small smile slowly appeared on his face. Vegeta stood perfectly still, his eyes never leaving the Pharaoh. Nearby, Zeno stood confused and angry at the same time.
What did you do? Who are you anyway? And how dare you hit Goku in front of me? What do you want?
Vegeta did not even turn toward him. Instead, he raised his hand and pointed directly at the Pharaoh.
If you truly consider yourself an invincible king, then reveal your true form before Zeno and face me if you dare.
The Pharaoh slowly rose to his feet.
Good. It seems the Prince of Saiyans still possesses some intelligence. But the problem is that you discovered the truth far too late.
And then he vanished from the palace entirely. Vegeta was about to pursue him, but before he could move, Zeno suddenly appeared directly in front of him, completely blocking his path. At the same time, Zeno began gathering energy and shouted,
Stop! I saw you attack Goku right in front of me! And whoever you are, I won't allow you to hurt him! I'll erase you right now!
Vegeta did not answer. His expression remained unchanged, but inside his mind, he was already calculating how to overcome this new problem. At that very moment on Earth, after several more minutes of fighting, Goku finally broke through the Grand Priest's defenses. The blow was so powerful that it shook every cell in the Grand Priest's body. As he staggered backward, he heard Goku say,
Grand Priest, you need to understand something. I am not fighting you because you are my enemy. I am fighting you because I know where this path leads.
We all know how stories end. The difference is that I no longer care, Goku.
Then he unleashed a crushing kick that struck Goku from the side. Goku's body was launched violently through the air before crashing into the ground below. When the dust finally cleared, Goku was still standing. Then he spoke.
Listen carefully. My entire life, I fought enemies who seemed impossible to defeat. But they all fell because the truth about them was different from what appeared on the surface.
The Grand Priest narrowed his eyes.
And what about me? What exactly do you see when you look at me, Goku?
I see someone just like them. Strong on the outside. But something inside you isn't what it seems. Not everyone who loses their way becomes an enemy.
The Grand Priest laughed mockingly.
They do, Goku. and I will remain your enemy until this battle is decided!
Anger flashed across Goku's face as he rushed forward. His first kick missed. The Grand Priest narrowly avoided the attack at the last possible instant, but Goku gave him no opportunity to recover. He spun and launched another devastating kick. As the Grand Priest struggled to regain his balance, Goku suddenly appeared behind him before he could even sense his presence. Then Goku spoke.
You didn't betray only yourself, Grand Priest.
The Grand Priest froze in shock as he sensed Goku standing behind him.
Fear, hatred, deception, any of those things can blind a person's vision. The more I look at you, the more I realize that you are not fighting for yourself. You are fighting for an idea that somebody else planted inside your mind.
Without turning around, he replied,
And what makes you so certain of that, Goku?
Because I know the difference between someone who chooses darkness and someone who is pushed into it.
The Grand Priest's anger erupted.
How I hate this pity that pretends to be wisdom. Stop inventing excuses for your weakness!
Goku struck him. The punch landed directly on his face. Then a brutal kick smashed into the side of his head. The impact sent shockwaves through his entire body. His vision blurred, his balance vanished, and moments later, the Grand Priest collapsed heavily onto the ground.
Goku took a step forward. Energy gathered in his hand as he spoke in a low voice.
Grand Priest, it is over. You saw it yourself. We escaped the dimension where you imprisoned us. We shattered what you believed to be impossible. The Pharaoh is not an invincible being. You can still turn back. You can still stand with us. I don't want to fight you anymore, and I don't want to see you fall like this.
Silence filled the battlefield for several long seconds. Then the Grand Priest's expression slowly changed.
You still understand nothing, Goku. And that is exactly why I will make you witness the consequences of your stubbornness with your own eyes.
Suddenly, energy erupted from his hand. In less than a second, he fired it deep into the planet itself. A massive section of the Earth split apart. Nearly half of the planet shattered before everyone's eyes. It was a catastrophe beyond imagination. Inside the safe dimension, everyone froze in horror. Gohan's eyes widened.
Impossible! He destroyed the planet! This is exactly what we were afraid of!
Vados answered quietly.
From the very beginning of this battle, Goku was never trying to protect himself. He was trying to protect the planet. That is why he established those rules. That is why he kept redirecting the shockwaves from their attacks. He knew this could happen at any moment.
Suddenly, dozens of dark threads shot out from the shadows. They came from every direction at incredible speed and wrapped themselves around Goku's arms and body, pulling him with tremendous force. The angels, all of the Grand Priest's children, stood around him from every side. The Grand Priest smiled.
Do you understand now, Goku? You walked directly into the trap. My children received the necessary power and magic from the Pharaoh. Our agreement existed from the very beginning. Whether the Pharaoh won or fell, the Saiyans would always remain the greatest threat. Your existence alone has begun to threaten the balance of countless worlds. That is why you had to be eliminated.
Goku's eyes widened with anger.
Grand Priest, after everything, I still believed that some part of you wanted to protect everyone, but you were deceiving us from the very beginning. You betrayed everything you once stood for.
The Grand Priest gave no answer. Instead, the angels pulled the threads with all their strength. Goku cried out. The force coming from every direction became overwhelming. The pressure continued increasing. The sound of his bones straining echoed through the battlefield. A terrifying sound.
Everyone's anxiety continued to grow. Whis and Beerus were still considering the next wish. Then, Whis spoke seriously.
We have to decide now. We cannot afford to waste this wish.
Beerus suddenly stepped forward.
I know the wish we should make. I want every person who died because of the Pharaoh to return. Every victim, including my own people.
Whis' eyes widened.
Beerus, are you serious?
For my entire life, I never cared much about the past. I never thought about those who came before me or those who disappeared. But ever since the Pharaoh revealed the truth about what happened, I've been thinking, who were they? How did they live? and what remains of my race after all these millions of years. I want to see the truth with my own eyes. Perhaps I waited far too long to think about these things, but I won't be late this time.
It seems you've changed more than I realized, Beerus. Then let's do it quickly.
But at the exact moment Whis began speaking the wish to the dragon, a terrifying beam tore through space itself. No one sensed it. It struck Beerus directly. The attack pierced through his chest. Everyone froze. Beerus's eyes widened. Whis screamed, but it was already too late. The attack had been fatal. Beerus's strength began fading away, and his body slowly drifted into the endless void. There, standing within the darkness, was the Pharaoh. He had returned to his true form. He smiled as though nothing had happened.
I apologize for interrupting, but it seems there was an old mistake that I needed to correct. This failure should have disappeared a very long time ago. He disappointed me from the very beginning.
He raised his hand. A tremendous blast struck Whis directly. The surrounding space exploded with terrifying force. Meanwhile, the Supreme Kai escaped through the void as quickly as possible. The Pharaoh paid him no attention. Instead, he turned toward the gigantic dragon and smiled.
And as for you, your role has come to an end, dragon.
The enormous body of the dragon trembled violently. Its energy began to drain away against its will. Piece by piece, the dragon started to break apart. Its entire existence flowed directly into the Pharaoh's body. His appearance changed. He grew larger, more terrifying, darker than before. Then, he slowly looked across the universe and said,
"Wonderful! It feels as though the entire multiverse now rests in my hands. Now then, who shall I begin with first? Goku or Vegeta?"
On Earth, Goku stood with both of his arms broken. Blood slowly dripped from his body, while the Grand Priest stood before him, having created an energy weapon for the final blow. The Grand Priest spoke.
It is over, Goku. You resisted longer than I expected, but every ending remains an ending.
Goku did not answer. The Grand Priest stepped closer.
Where's your wisdom now? Where's your determination? Where's the confidence you spoke of only moments ago?
Goku remained silent. The Grand Priest finally reached him. He raised the energy weapon and drove it directly through the center of Goku's body. The earth shook, yet Goku did not scream. He did not move. He did not even raise his head. At that very moment, he no longer heard the outside world. He heard only one voice, a voice he knew very well.
Goku.
Inside that spiritual world, Goku opened his eyes and saw Yamoshi, the spirit that had resided within him.
Yamoshi, what is happening? Why does it feel as if everything around me has stopped?
Because the time has finally come.
Goku looked confused.
The time for what?
The time for us to separate.
Goku froze.
What? How? If we separate, I'll lose this power.
Yamoshi slowly shook his head.
No, you will not lose the golden transformation. That power has already become part of you. But you will lose the healing gift. Throughout all this time, I have been restoring your body whenever it was damaged. The true danger is no longer the Grand Priest. The true danger is the Pharaoh. He is now closer than ever to achieving his goal, and you cannot stop him alone.
You mean Vegeta?
Yes, the light that exists within you, and the magic that exists within him. Two opposite powers, but one destiny. They must merge, they must become one. And for that to happen, I must separate from you. Only then will the fusion become possible.
Goku remained silent for several moments. Then he finally answered.
All right, if this is the only way, I'll do it.
Yamoshi smiled one final time.
Then, do not hesitate.
Suddenly, Goku opened his eyes. A tremendous scream erupted from his body. The heavens shook. The battlefield exploded with energy, throwing the Grand Priest backward. The Grand Priest staggered to his feet. His eyes widened in complete shock. Another figure now stood before him, someone he had never seen before, Yamoshi. For the very first time, he had emerged from Goku's body into the outside world. Goku had already disappeared. He shot into space at incredible speed, leaving the Grand Priest behind. Meanwhile, deep within space itself, Vegeta had finally arrived after Zeno failed to erase him because of the dark magic protecting him. But Vegeta's expression immediately froze. What he saw before him was no longer natural. The Pharaoh had changed. After absorbing the dragon's power, his mere existence distorted space itself. At that exact moment, Goku arrived. He looked directly at Vegeta, finally prepared to reveal the secret. Yes, there was only one answer: fusion. And now, my friends, I know that all of you want the final episode as quickly as possible. But will Vegeta agree to fuse with Goku to save the universes? Or will the pride of the Prince of Saiyans prevent him from taking that step? Write yes or no, and if we reach plenty of comments and strong support, I will release the final episode. Share this episode with your friends, and we'll meet again very soon.